Spencer Oliver, former boxer, of course, one of our boxing team here at talkSPORT, can react straight away. Spencer, were you expecting that today?
Well, listen, we didn't know what to expect. We know it's been an ongoing thing now for, for a long time. The UKAD have actually asked Conor Benn to face them. It's taken him 9 months to do so. I'm glad that it's just all been sorted and they've dealt with it the way they dealt with it. But I think what we were asking for in the media was Conor Benn to face the British Boxing Board of Control, which he didn't want to do, which was making things worse for himself. To face UKAD, which he didn't want to do, was making things worse for himself. It took him 9 months to do that, and that's where the problem lied. So I think it was a problem created bigger than it should have been, maybe because of the situation and the way that Conor Benn dealt with it. And so, us as the media, we react to what we know. He failed 2 tests. There was one in July, there was one at the end of August, the 2 tests that he had failed, and he had to prove his innocence. It's called strict liability. You've got to explain how that has got into your system. He's presented his evidence, and now UKAD seem to be happy with that, and it's just a shame it's taken as long as it has.
So Ben Eubank will happen. Will it happen here now?
Well, listen, we know that Eubank is going in with Liam Smith on September the 2nd. We'll see how that fight goes, and depending on what happens with that fight, is whether Conor Benn and Eubank happens sometime in the near future.
People will still want to see that fight, though, Spencer, won't they? Whatever happens.
Their fathers are living boxing legends, aren't they? I mean, it was a fight that was a fantasy fight that we then thought, hold on a minute, this is a reality. We're reliving the 90s. We've taken 30 years for this, and we were sort of like, we all got invested in it. We all got caught up in it. And then what happened, and it sort of, it destroyed everything. So, look, it is what it is. He's presented his evidence. Like I say, UKAD have finally cleared him. The WBC have cleared him. I'm not sure what the situation is with the boxing board. I suppose it's clear with those as well now because he can box in the UK. So, yeah, it is what it is.
We got Spence Crawford tomorrow. We should ask you about that. She'll be amazing overnight tomorrow. What a fight. I mean, it's one of those everybody wants to see, and it's happening, thankfully.
Guys, this is one of the best fights in the last 20, 30 years. It's a fight that we've all wanted to see for a long time now. Terence Crawford is a guy that is undisputed champion down at super lightweight. He was lightweight champion as well. He's become welterweight champion, so he's a freeweight champion, and he's the first man in history trying to become an undisputed champion in 2 weight divisions in the 4-belt era. So there's a lot on this fight. Errol Spence is unbeaten as well. He's the naturally bigger of the 2. But I think the adaptability of Terence Crawford will win him this fight. He boxes equally as good out of the southpaw stance as he does the orthodox stance. His timing is great. His boxing IQ is good. His punch selection is good. Errol Spence is the workhorse. He's the guy that looks to work the body, bring the hands down and draw his man into a fight. Fascinating fight. It's one of those, it is a flip of a coin, It's one of those, it's what you like. We've all got an opinion, but none of us really know until that first bell wins. But this is one of the best fights in recent years. Yeah. I mean, for people who know who these guys are, both unbeaten. Terence Crawford 39-0, 30 KOs. Errol Spence 28-0, 22 KOs. All on the line, all the marbles on the line. Can't wait for it.
That's how it should be, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what, guys? That is how it should be. That we've seen too many people, dodging fights and politics of boxing getting in the way. This is like old school, going back to the old times, like when Sugar Ray Leonard boxed Tommy Hearns way back in 1981 for the welterweight title, funny enough. Tommy Hearns was winning that fight up until the 14th round, then he got caught and Sugar Ray turned it all around. That was when boxers, they put it all on the line. They get in there and the best boxer best. We've got that tomorrow night, because what we've got the world pound for pound #1 and the pound for pound #2 going at it for the undisputed welterweight title. Who's 1 and who's 2? We're going to find out tomorrow night. We'll be covering that, by the way, on talkSPORT. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'll be giving you updates as that fight's unfolding, and I can't wait for it.
Excellent. Yeah, we're Martin Kellner through the night tomorrow.